Hello everyone, welcome to the first round between ANZ and refugees in the semi-finals. I'm going to keep this short. Sit back, grab a drink, and enjoy the ride. Alright, so let's see how this goes. I'm really looking forward to see if anything is going to happen at Fox and this town. Like, I'm hoping to see a push go there, or giant tank assault somewhere else, which might be on the far right side. Though these tanks will probably get picked off by those STRV 121s. Which are basically 2A4s with the gun of a 2A5. We can even look at the stats if you guys want to see that. So STRV 121, as you can see, amazing gun. Quite a good front armor, but not as good as the 2A5. Basically like an M1A1 HC. Mi-24 wasting his ammunition on the seed plane. Actually, they might be able to take it down. Nope, Tunguska's gonna take it down, it seems. Yep, there goes the seed plane straight in the start. Remember though, this is Conquest, so it doesn't really matter that much. So two Chinooks, probably with Navy SEALs, unloading at the left side here. We got some BTR 90s and 80s taking over Delta. And we got a huge armored and motorized column going towards the left to try to stop that from advancing any further. Looks like Barry Dillon just figured, I'm just going to take the town and defend against Fox. And just keep it that way. Probably a good idea because there are quite a few AAPs over here. So when airborne assault would have failed miserably. Looks like Golf is being attacked immediately by DN. He has quite a lot of stuff coming up. His Scandinavian deck is definitely going to help him out over here. These Gorner Strelikies might be an issue though. About 1600 meters range with that ATGM. So he has to watch out for that. Really looking forward to see what's going to happen in Golf. So we got an airborne assault on the left. We got some Dabs and Chinooks just scouting ahead. Only AA is a Tunguska M, so that might be a little bit on the low side here. Rangers are taking out a BTR 80. This one is probably going to take that out, but AA is definitely on the low side over there. Let's quickly go over towards the right. We see a skirmish happening here between these BMP3s and the infantry, the Jaegers and the Government out in the open. Spetsnaz GRU, actually BRDM might be able to take that down. There we go. But it got taken out by the STRF 9040 there. So this is going to be interesting here. BTR 90 and Spetsnaz are just going to have no problem taking out this FSK unit. BMP3 taking a few beautiful shots at that STRV with those ATGMs. ARCOM missiles, one of the fastest ATGMs in this game, by the way. Really does an amazing job. T-72As are moving up. Not quite sure if he should do that. These STRV 121s do pack a huge punch. I would just recommend keeping that guy back until the 121s are in range. T-64BV is using his ATGM missiles to try to do some damage to that, bringing it down with 3 health bars. So that is quite powerful. This one might be a little bit too close though. Now this will be the perfect moment to move up the T-72As. To try to take shots at this STRV 121, which is almost dead. 2 marks left on that. Infantry here is holding off all of the Scandinavian units here. STRV 121 backing the hell off, since he has only 2 health bars left. F1000 coming up with his rocket strike. Not doing much against the T-64BV. Tunguska is probably going to take out this F1000 if the gun gets turned on, but it looks like it didn't. DN quickly marks that. A huge smoked assault. Beautiful to see this. Onto the town. I think that they have heard my messages. Smoke your way towards the town. Please. Please smoke your way towards the town. And that is going to absolutely take over that town. Meanwhile, we got a similar assault on the left here. We got an M1A1 HC coming up towards the left, doing a lot of damage. SU-122s trying to hold position. BMP3s just firing ATGMs at these units, and with their giant 100mm guns, trying to stun the crap out of the enemy. But the main fight is happening on the right side here. So Golf is relatively stable. Some few planes coming up, a seed plane coming up. Tunguska's turned off. We got a huge airborne assault coming up from Barry Dillon to try to stop this huge NATO assault. The gun tank and the Crotals will hold them off though, so he better fire quick to try to kill as many of these guys as possible. Rocket strikers are not going to do much, but it will at least stun them and give the red team enough time to move up some special units. We got some BTR 90s moving up into the town. We got some Motor Streliky 90s moving up. These are just regular units. I wouldn't really recommend elite or shock units against these numbers. I definitely would. SU-24M being shot down, dropping its bombs on absolutely nothing. Huge waste of bombs there. Would have been better if he just moved it on the town here instead, doing a lot of damage there. Spetsnaz GRU moving to the edge of the town, trying to take out some of these APCs here with that RPG-26, very fast firing RPG. Meanwhile on the right, not much happening. The left side is kind of a skirmish once and just once in a while. Link's 87 doing a lot of damage to the Spetsnaz over here. And we got some more BTR-90s, and Motorstrelki's moving up to try to hold the town. And with the Spetsnaz unit, I think these guys do stand a good chance here of holding off Blue 4. So really good micromanage there by Barry Dillon, and a good reaction time to the crisis over here. A few tanks are moving up, T-72As, together with Su-122s to try to stop all of these APCs from advancing a little bit more. And this would be the perfect time to counter attack in Foxtrot. But due to the fear of the unknown, you really don't do that much. But a smoke assault here would have been a good idea to basically probe ahead. Speaking of probe, a BRDM-3 is moving up to see what they got. And yeah, that's probably gonna be taken out by the RBS-56 here with that really good ATGM, which it did. Seaplane's moving up, but a good micro from both teams means that the Tungushkas or any other AAPs here won't get shot. Looks like the Tungushka here got clustered though. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. I think that was an Attackham's shell there. Sad to see that go. Yep, Attackham's is right over here. So that was a dramatic start. ANZ is leading with 158 points at the moment. So that is a really good lead for ANZ here. Blue 4 or Reds, the red team really needs to take over Gulf and Delta. I don't even know why Delta isn't capped yet. So really huge amount of lack of commands in the start. Like, if you're on a team with 3 guys, obviously we'll cap Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. But immediately, as soon as you have points, go for command in Gulf and Delta. That is a must. In Conquest, having this lead in the start is a huge bonus, because if the enemy manages to push you out of your sectors, you still have some wiggle space. Alright, you have 178 points to make it right. Alright, so Gulf is capped by an UAZ, not the best position to put a command at. That's like the first available bush. We got some BMP-3s moving up towards the flanks. Some more Blue 4 units are moving up into the forest here. STRV-121s are getting repaired by Scanias. So really nice micromanage from the end there. Wildcat on the right side is probably going to be taken out by the BMP-3s. And in the meantime, on the left, not much happening. We got some LVTPs moving up to reinforce that area. And I think there's also a command going towards Delta, which will stabilize the situation. Su-24M coming up. Not dropping any bombs, I think, for some reason, which is weird. But yeah, that was kind of the dramatic opening of this game. So really nice to see that go, see that happen. So Command and Echo, although they will cap Delta, I think that will actually stabilize the game. So if Red 4 caps Delta and Blue caps Echo, the income will be stable, which is not good for Red Team. It is good for Blue, but since Blue has that lead, they don't really need to do much after that. So new assault from DN, some Government 90 coming up, just regular infantry, 10 points each. So really good probing unit. This is probably going to be followed up by a bombing run. There we go, F-16 Fighting Falcon coming up with 2 one-ton bombs, a Puff, scouting ahead. We got some OSAs turned off, beautiful. Mi-24Vs are coming up together with the recon heli. Guys are just wasting their missiles on those helis or on those planes. We got a Rover RBS and a automatic. That is the only AA in this place. So just RDing this general area would be a good move before assaulting the entire place. Not quite sure what this Mi-24 VP is going to try to hit. Probably the Rover. That was a nasty miss. So that automatic did get shot down by the seat, and the Rover got shot too. So Mi-24K and VPs are moving ahead, taking out everything they can, and there we have some Spetsnaz and Motorstrelkis and more tanks moving up to clear out the area. So beautiful work by Red Team over there. Good job. So Delta's cap 2. Gulf is completely neutralized, just a few tanks that they need to kill. Mi-24K is just flanking around to spot the enemy units, and VP is gonna try to take these tanks down with their ATGMs as soon as these guys try to fall back. We do have some units coming up to reinforce the area, some Crotals and infantry moving up towards this general area here to defend against any other pushes. OSA's doing their best to try to take out that seaplane, but that thing is really good in terms of ECM. Looks like one of these OSAs did get shot down though, or he actually split them up, not quite sure what happened there. But the Wild Weasel, looks like he turned towards the wrong side here. He would have been able to shoot one of these guys down, but he's probably going to do a he's probably going to return to try to take care of these AA pieces, which he's doing right now. So these Osos better turn off. Nope, they don't care. Well, if they actually manage to kill this guy, it would be... Nope. One hit, but that's about it. So good move on the right. Right is completely neutralized and taken over. It looks like there is a command going towards this area or not. Nope, no command going towards Echo yet. So red team will gain some points. But as I said, because of that huge amount, that huge lead that the blue side has, or got in the start, they won't have to worry about it anytime soon. They are like 168 points ahead. So really nice job from the blue team here. From ANZ, that is. So what I would do now is probably get everyone ready and push into Echo, since that is the only weak spot left in the map. Fox is not going to happen. Pushing up here is just going to get your stuff killed. And this is also a bad idea to move infantry towards the edge of the forest. I would probably recommend putting tanks at the edge of the forest. And speaking of tanks, there is quite a lot of units over here which could have moved towards Gulf. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to end. We got an attack going on over here. Some skirmishes with infantry again. MiG-29S coming out with its 4 500-kilogram bombs. It's going to kill all these government over here, I think. Yep, did a really good drop over there. But yeah, as I said, they now have to fall back again since they did not move all of these units off, which is really weird. These BTR-90s and BMP-3s would have held off these APCs here with their ATGMs and good guns. So I'm really hoping for like a bombing run or something on the right side. We got a MiG-27K coming up, or just a regular MiG-27 coming up. Probably for the M1IP Abram. So let's just see how that goes. Nope, it actually missed. It's probably going to get shot down, yep, by the Chaparral. We also got a Patriot way in the back there. That's going to be able to pick off or stun any incoming long-range planes. Gonarstrelki 90 are just getting hammered here by the amount of LBTP-71s here with those frag rounds. M1IP getting shot by the Gonarstrelki 90 on the right side here. And I think this will be taken out by these guys in no time here. Although these LBTPs are quite strong. As soon as they move in range, they'll just be torn apart. So we got a command going towards Echo, by the way. That's going to stabilize the entire situation. Speaking of command, we got another command on the right side here, Command Abram to be exact, and all of these units are probably going to reinforce Gulf, and that Command Abram will neutralize the situation and bring in ANZ to +1 again. So, too many units being forced here by Austrian. He really needs to make sure, he just needs to use his points somewhere else, like definitely on the left side, where all of the points are needed the most. This place is just getting wrecked. And there goes that command, just from one rifleman squad. No good micro from Future Pro here, which is sad to say. It's unacceptable to let one unit move through your entire town and take your command out like that. Tunguska M on the edge of the town here, T-64BV trying to take out the Bradley with its ATGM, but it's going to get shot down by that ATGM from the Bradley if he doesn't watch out, which he did, so good move there. But still, that command loss is a huge problem. And I think this game won't last that much longer because of the +2 here. And a huge new push from the blue side over towards Gulf. And now, Barry Dillon and Austrian Oak decide to move up some of their units. Actually, nope, they cancelled again. All of these units are just being wasted in this area. What my rule of thumb is, if you push to a town, it fails the first time, don't try again. Alright? Like, if we look at it from the blue side's perspective, they pushed through the town, towards this town. They got into it, but they got wrecked immediately. Another command dead because of micromanagement fails. And they're not trying it again because they know that this entire place will be filled with infantry again. Alright, they are moving some Humvees up. Better just scout ahead and see what they got. But all of these units, all of these points should have been spent on tanks and AA on the left side. This is just a huge waste of points here. At least 300 points have been spent in this area here, including these units over here, to try to hold off the right side. So Gulf is taken over by ANZ again. They got a command Abram over there, bringing it up to +4 income. And with that neutralization of Delta, I don't think this is going to last any longer. We got quite a lot of infantry moving up on the left, just being sacrificed pretty much. He's probably just moving up a few in the front, and then these guys will try to unload in the towns over here. Which is a good strategy, you would say, if it actually worked, but most of his stuff is now dead. So you probably just forgot about those completely. So we got a Fighting Falcon coming up, not dropping his bombs. Probably a misclick there. We got some Seed coming up, a Puff, and a Wild Weasel. Really good Seed planes those are. So good micromanagement in terms of plane gameplay. M3A2 Bradley coming up, taking out that, I think that was a BTR 80 or something like that. T72A burrowing down against an STRV 121. Gonna get shot down here in a second. Oh, getting one shot off, but not really hitting it. Did a good amount of kinetic power, or kinetic damage though to that STRV. But yeah, that is just a mean beast. You can go toe-to-toe to a T-72 BU in close range, that's for sure. MiG-27 missing. Oh, that's gonna piss Austrian Oak off a lot. But that is about it. We got like 4 minutes left. We all know what's gonna happen. I don't know if they're gonna actually wait for the points to just reach the limit. Looks like they are. They're doing their best. More infantry moving up towards the town. We got a new command moving up towards the town too. But the main problem, well, we'll sum that up at the end of the mission, the video. It is easy to kind of make suggestions when you're spectating around, but some things are just, they're just a given. They're just things you need to do in the start of the match. So we got a K-52 coming up with its Seed missiles, but he completely forgot that the enemy has infrared, or has a lot of infrared, with those Crotals and everything, and I think those, I forgot what those long-range missile were called from Scandinavia, but they're non-radar. But I forgot the name of those. So the last few units that are being killed are probably going to decide the match here. We got some lower tier tanks coming up, Leopard 1A5s. One of my favorites, I would say. I like to use these guys in combination with the Kylers. 1A5s with Kylers are just a really good combo to use. Just cheap tanks, around 60-70 points, perfect for forests and fire support. So we got about 2 minutes left. 80% of the points needed to win have been achieved by blue team here, playing with really a diverse deck. On the left side, it's mainly American. On the right, it's kind of Scandinavian, and in the middle it's kind of mixed up. Like you can see a gun tank here, a tracked rapier. Like you can see Scandinavian units, British units. I think the gun tank is Japanese or South Korean, I'm not quite sure. More Scandinavian units, and then yeah, just a lot of different units here. STRV 121, Swedish, Eric's, American. It's just the entire mix, which is nice to see too. Got another Fighting Falcon strike coming up towards the town. Since they know that the AA is minimum, these bombs are just going to do quite a lot of damage here. Dropping to the front of the town, sadly though. Not doing much damage here. Puff coming up to try to look for any enemy radar AA. Getting shot by the Igla, but making it out of the match. So that's pretty much it. I think we can speed it up to speed times 2 just to go through this part, because now it's just gonna, people are just gonna wait for the points to run out pretty much. So we can just speed through this entire process. There we go, and that's pretty much game. They reached 500 points. Quite a short match, even if I say so myself. All these guys do play too much ranked, I gotta say. Come on, guys. But here, let's look at the points. So Faust went positive here. They all kind of just, like, I don't know, in terms of destruction, they did good, but they didn't do that good. Like, they threw a lot of units away, which is, in Conquest, it doesn't really matter that much, but it will if you're playing a long match. You need all of those units. So everyone in the red team basically went negative, which is, yeah, everyone can learn from their mistakes. But yeah, let's talk about the battle. So a huge problem was the lack of commands in the start. A secondary problem was a follow-up to enemy attacks and victories from the friendly side. And with enemy attacks, I mean, if the enemy attacks you with those amount of units, like at you know, the town Foxtrot towards the smaller town in the southeast, if they move an entire giant army towards you, they will probably not have much left in that town to defend against your counter. So try to counter an enemy attack. That's why it's called a counter attack. Second, when you actually take over a sector, actually move in troops. Like, they did not move any troops up. They only had like 3 infantry units to defend that entire right flank. And Blue just took it over without an issue. So that's also something you should learn. And third, just please use more smoke and more AA. The amount of AA was just disturbing. There were like 2 Tungushkas in the start, and that's it. At least bring 2 AA pieces with you. Anyway, that was it. That was the first out of 2 matches that will decide who wins the... Actually, first out of 3 matches that will decide who wins the semifinals here. The second one will be up shortly. I'm thinking in 2 or 3 days after this one. It all depends on what kind of videos I have ready. But yeah, definitely try to support me with everything I do. I have also set up a Patreon account for people that want to support me personally. And yeah, check out the links down in the description, and I will see you in the next one.